Drew as well.
Yeah. Sydney, it seems like he's been picking things up. One thing about him, he always flies around. He's always making his way to the ball, and that's what you like to see from a guy playing safety, flying downhill. His speed's something that always stands out, just the way he attacks it. And like you said, Drew's missed a few practices. I've been able to go against him early, and when he got back, he's a rookie, so you can tell that you can beat him on a couple things that you know as a vet, but he seems like he's improving each and every day, and gives me tough matchups.
We'll go to Brooks and then Martin.
You guys are as a first team rotation getting most of your, I guess, in-game style on the practice field, not in pregame, but kind of at this point in training camp, how would you measure kind of how things have advanced under Patullo implementing this offense?
Yeah, I think the offense has been doing a good job. Every day is a little bit different, depends on what we have in for that day. But it's been really good. There's days that we run the ball really well, and that's to be expected with the running back that we have and the offensive line we have. And each day it seems like the pass game's getting better and better. We're getting on the same page with Jalen, getting on the same page of what KP's asking us to do. So, it's still early in camp. We still got a ways to go, but it seems like we keep improving each and every day, and that's what you want to see.
We'll go to Martin and then C-Mac.
Hey, Dallas. I know obviously the starters, at least on offense, like haven't really played in the preseason games for the past few years. So I was kind of wondering, obviously you have the practices with the Browns this week. How valuable is that for you guys as starters to get, ready for the regular season? And what kind of things do you guys get out of it by going against, an opposing team's defense?
Yeah, we have the benefit against going against our defense a lot, which has great players on the D line, great players in the secondary. So we're always getting really good work, even though we're not playing in the preseason. But when the Browns come here, it's really nice playing a new team because we're not going against the same guys over and over. And they start to get a feel for our offense. We get a feel for what they're doing on defense, and you do it that way. But it's just a great way to compete, see where you are, stack against what we've done compared to what they do. And, our goal is just to go out there and compete, practice really hard, and just continue to grow on what we've been taught to do.
We'll go to Dave Z here and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Dallas, kind of a broad question here, but we talk so often about the selflessness required to play in this offense with so many mouths to feed. For you personally, has that always kind of been in your DNA, or is that something that you've had to work on throughout your career?
I feel like it's always kind of been in my DNA. Obviously, playing at a smaller school, I got a ton of targets. And then when I got drafted here, Zach was here. So he got a majority of the targets. And, I just tried to do whatever I could to see the field. Just like most of the people on this team, I care about winning more than I do about personal stats, personal accolades. Last year was a ton of fun, the way we were able to do it. And, it just seems like when you have a few people that are selfless, it's just contagious. More people don't care about what happens to them as long as we're having a lot of success as a team.
We'll go to Zach Berman and then Olivia.
Hey, Dallas, someone as a follow-up to that, what's the biggest difference between you or I guess the biggest difference of you now compared to 2018 when you first came into the league?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's a completely different player. Being a rookie, I had so much to learn. I tried really hard blocking. I tried hard running my routes and everything. But just as the older you get, the game slows down for you. You understand what works, what doesn't. When Coach Sirianni got here, he kind of changed the philosophy of route running. We used to roll our routes more, and he's all about stick and separate. So I feel like my blocking's gotten better, smarter, able to use tools in my tool bags more often just because the more you play, you get more. And then I feel like my route running's improved tremendously since 8 years ago.
We'll go to Olivia and then C-Mac.
Hey, Dallas. Kylan Granson was pretty involved as a pass catcher in the first preseason game. I know we've asked you a lot about the new guys, but when it comes to Kylan in particular, what's impressed you the most in terms of his pass catching abilities and as a route runner?
Yeah, for Kylan, he's a super explosive, fast guy. He does a really good job running routes, being able to create separation. his strides are so long. He's a really powerful runner. That stood out really early, just how fast and powerful he is. And that's a good way to get open in this league, being able to do that. And like you said, he was able to catch a few balls and look good doing it.
We'll go to C-Mac and then EJ.
Dallas, first time for you playing at the Link since the NFC Championship game last season. 60,000 fans expected to be there tonight. What do you think the atmosphere is going to be like?
Man, these open nights in training camp are always the most fun. I'm sure it's going to be the most full one yet. The fans are going to be going crazy. It's going to be just a fun atmosphere. Getting back out there with the fans, playing in front of them, hearing them cheer for the big plays, the bad plays. Hearing a few boos, I'm sure. But I'm just excited to be back with them, going into the link, getting our feet wet. I know last year at this open practice was a lot of fun, so I'm expecting big things from the fans, and it should be a fun night.
We'll go to EJ and then Martin.
Hey, Dallas, you mentioned being a former FCS guy. There's not a ton of you guys in the league. I guess what was your perspective of what Darius Cooper did in the preseason game as a fellow FCS guy?
Yeah, I thought he did really well. You've been seeing flashes of really good things of him in camp, and he carried over to the game. He's kind of the same. He's a really explosive, compact wide receiver that gets open in many different ways, and it was fun to see him have success. Anytime FCS or rookie scores a touchdown in the preseason, it's always a lot of fun to go celebrate with them, and they're finally starting their career and doing it the right way, and it's just fun to see the excitement in those young guys.
We have time for two more, so we'll do Martin and then Brooks.
Hey, Dallas. When you first got here in 2018, it was right after they won the Super Bowl, and obviously you guys are in a similar situation. And I was just kind of curious, like, if you noticed any differences from those teams. I mean, it seemed like the 2018 team was, a lot more veteran oriented and stuff. Like, have you kind of noticed like a difference, I guess, with what you're seeing this season from these guys coming off the Super Bowl, as opposed to maybe back then when they were coming off the Super Bowl, even though you were a rookie?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It was my rookie year. I was excited. It was obviously really cool that they won the Super Bowl the year before, but I didn't get to experience what they went through in that full year and how things changed and were different. Obviously, there's a few different factors. Back then, we knew Carson was going to miss a few games. We had people coming back from injury yet. But, it feels, I would say, compared to last year to this year, I think we're right on the same page. We're continuing to grow. Everybody's got their head down. Everybody's really hungry. That taste of success didn't, meet anybody's expectations. It just made us all more hungry. And as a team, that's cool to see everybody working even harder because we care about the journey so much.
We'll finish with Brooks here.
Hey, Dallas, earlier you said, Nick Sirianni had a hand in, how you progressed as a pass catcher, like, stick and separate difference there. What other ways did he have his hands in, just how the tight end room operated, how you guys advanced in the passing game?
Yeah, like I said, he was showing me clips of Julio Jones, how to run corner stops and things like that. And, initially I'm sitting there like, I mean, that's Julio Jones, one of the greatest wide receivers to ever do it. Like, yeah, he's getting the defenders off because they're threatened by his speed, probably a little bit more than a tight end would be. But once you buy in, you start doing it, you just see more and more that if you stick defenders back up just because it's their natural reaction, they have to protect it over the top. And, he's just so detailed oriented in the routes, the passing game, that I feel like it elevated the entire room just because, giving indicators for the quarterback, being able to get the ball more often that way. And, everything that he told us to do seemed like it worked. So once that happens, you just start buying in more and more each time.